Shout out to Gaunt for this video idea and also for the tier list. I'm straight up stealing it. Thank you. The first one, tragic anime backstory. I think it's a strong start. Who doesn't love a tragic backstory? It might be overused, but when it's done right, it's so good. I'm not going to go too high too early, so we'll pop that in A. Now, I know I said I'm not going to start too strong too early, but Ara S tier. Who doesn't melt when they hear that? Signature attack. I have such a love-hate relationship with signature attacks. As a Naruto fan, which most of you probably are as well, Rasengan gets a bit tiring, right? I can't be the only one that feels that way. But also, signature attacks are so iconic, like Kamehameha or Pikachu's Thunderbolt, Rasengan, Shadow Clones. We can't put it low. Is B? A or B? Nah, sometimes they're hype, so I have to go A. Beach episodes. Now, this is already a hot take from the get-go. Overrated. Beach episodes are super overrated. Especially when they're filler. I don't mind them too much if they somehow still incorporate story. But fuck me, when they're filler, they are so annoying. It really pulls from the story. I'm gonna say B tier, because I don't hate them that much. I just think they're way too overrated. Cat girls, monster girls, etc. C. Explaining powers mid-battle. This would be C or D tier for me, but having semi-recently finished the latest season of Jujutsu Kaisen, fuck me, did that come in hand. And also in Hunter x Hunter, super useful. I don't mind it in sports animes as well. So I'm gonna pop it in B for those very specific scenarios. Oh god, the 1,000-year-old lolly. This needs its own tier. BRB. There we go. Hard drive needs checking. If you're one of the people that uses the, but they're however many 100 years old, your hard drive needs checking. Fan service. That's D tier. Well, C tier, because sometimes if it's a character I find attractive, I'm kind of into it. Maybe B. No. C tier. C tier. Filler episodes. D tier in general, but some of Naruto's filler episodes, like the Star Village, is kind of cool. The Curry of Life arc, love that. Okay, I'm putting filler episodes in C and fan service in D. There we go. The power of friendship. Fitting that there's a picture of fairy tale behind that text, because that ruined the power of friendship trope, I think, from the few episodes I've seen of fairy tale. But in general, I think it's just something that's needed, especially in sports animes. Although, is that power of friendship? It's more like camaraderie that gets people through a tough match. That I'm going to count that as power of friendship as well. I'll say B or C. Oh, it's better than filler episodes. I'll tell you that much. Genre deconstruction. That is not an anime trope. That is a shitty buzzword used to sound smart when you review anime. That is not an anime trope. So I'll pop that in D tier. Harems. There's so many that just range from S to D. Actually, not S to D. A to D. So I'll pop it in B. Incest, Wincest. Oh my god, speaking of incest, little sister characters. For me, that's the worst part of Black Clover. Forgot the guy's name. The guy with the sister. Yeah. If you like that trope, your hard drive needs checking. Not another isekai. This is a tough one because of the sheer amount of isekais that have come out recently. I've tended to avoid them. I'm not the voice to speak about this. I will just say C because there are so many. Absent or Dead Parents. Overused, but it's A tier for me because most of our favorite shonens especially would not be the same if the MC's parents were present. they wouldn't be allowed to do the stupid shit they do. And that's what makes it cool. Power-ups. Obviously, they are great. Most shows would be pretty boring if the MC and other characters stayed at the power level they were from episode 1. So, do we do S or A? We don't have many S's. I'll put it in S. Fine. We leave it in S for now. The student council is a trope that has always seemed so far-fetched for me. Like everything else, I'm like, yeah, it's fiction, so they have to do that. But the student council is like, why? In Kakegurui, for example, like, why is the student council more powerful than the government? That makes no sense whatsoever. And for that alone, it's going in D. The Deres is a weird blanket trope because there are so many that would each have a different spot on this list. Because some of them are really annoying and some are actually pretty cool character tropes. But as a whole, I'm going to put it fairly low because they are pretty one-dimensional. As soon as you slap that label on a character, that seems to be like their whole character is this trope. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in C tier. Generic protagonist. 50-50 on this one. Because, like, it's cool to be original like Thorfinn in Vinland Saga. But at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to say B tier. I don't hate it. Sometimes it works. Oh, if it isn't my favorite trope. Tournament arcs. I was going to make its own tier, but I can't be asked. So I'm putting it at the top of S tier. This is the only one that matters in a left to right order. Tournament arc. Greatest anime trope ever. The Fang. Yeah, I guess it kind of looked cool on a Astolfa. C tier. High school. Oh, again, 50-50. In a romance anime, get that out of here. In a sports anime, I'm all for it. So, B, inner monologue. A bit like explaining power-ups. Inner monologues are so useful in certain scenarios. Great in Death Note, so this is aptly pictured. I don't know if that makes sense. The picture is perfect. I'm gonna say B's getting stacked. I'm gonna say it's A. Inner monologues are cool. Nosebleeds. This is an interesting one because for the most part, I find it overused and really ever funny until Fishman Island in One Piece, where the nosebleed was not just something random that happened to signify someone perving. It got written into the story and Sanji needed a blood transfusion. And I found that super fucking hilarious. So, B. Overpowered MC. I do like an underdog story, but at the same time, it can be done really well, like One Punch Man and what I've seen from Mob Psycho. At the moment, he's pretty overpowered. So, with those two in mind, I will say A. But I much prefer a struggle for the MC. Running with toast in mouth doesn't faze me. D. No, I hate D. C. Just meh. Hero and villain teaming up. Oh, yes. Some of the best episodes ever. When heroes and villains team up to fight a greater evil. Oh, I love it. I love it. S tier. Time skips. Just like a hero and villain team up is S tier. Naruto did it well. One Piece did it better. Time skips are so good. And now S tier is getting a little too stacked again. So I'm going to drop Powerups to A because we're putting another one in S tier right now. A training arc. Oh no, a training arc is actually going to be high A. Training arc before a transformation or power up. Great. Training arc before a tournament arc. Oh, that's like the build up to a beat drop. It's so good. but I don't think it's as good, so I'll have to put it high A instead of S. Just like this one, transformation sequence. I don't know exactly what that incorporates, but in my head, I'm thinking Goku going Super Saiyan, Pokemon evolving, Luffy going to a new gear, high A tier, even higher than training arcs, but not S. The Pervert, a trope I hated for the most part until recently, but I'll explain why in a bit. I hated it because it was annoying on characters like Mineta. It ruined cool characters like Jiraiya, Roshi, Sanji. They will do something really cool and then something perverted, and it kind of takes away from a cool moment. Although with Sanji, it's sometimes pretty funny. But if there's one character I love this trope on, it's Brook. I piss myself laughing almost every time he ends any encounter with Nami or Robin with the phrase, "Can I see your panties?" Almost every time he says it, it catches me off guard, even though he says it every time. So for that reason alone, B tier. Every show needs a pervert. And that's my trope list. Let me know in the comments where you would put these tropes. Am I way off? Is my gauge for where these tropes should be completely whack? I don't know. Either way, thank you for watching. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week.